once. So anyway, do you have any?
I would like to be engaged by the time I'm 30.
It'll happen.
At least.
2 years? That's like a solid runway.
Absolutely.
That's the average age right now.
30?
And I was trying to make myself feel better. Yeah. So.
You're like, I'm on track with my peers.
I'm fine.
I was engaged at 32 and 38. 37. No.
Did you keep your
38.
Your first engagement?
No, I gave it back.
I always wonder what protocols. Like I watched Love Is Blind.
I immediately thought of Love Is Blind and that girl.
I ended the relationship and I gave it back. I felt like it was the right thing to do.
I think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good call. If the guy ends it,
oh, I would have kept it for sure.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with that. If you end it, give the ring back. Yeah. If the guy ends it, especially if he did something wretched, keep that ring. Get your bag, girl.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Aligned. We are aligned.
Did you know that I helped pick out this ring?
No, I didn't.
Yes, William called me from the jeweler and was like, help!
On the day he was purchasing it.
On the day he was purchasing it, he was like, I'm at the jeweler. And I was like, okay, no pressure. He's like, help. And so he sent me 2 pictures and I was like, okay. And then he got that. And her ring is, of course, show it off to the camera. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like a ring. Okay, that TikTok after we did it, that song was in my head, but only that portion. But the whole song is a bop. Have you listened to it?
No.
Oh my God, our Spotify Wrapped.
So good.
That I sent you the like.
Oh, I'm like, it wrapped what? I don't have Spotify.
I was so proud of us.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are listening, watching,
thank you.
A Court of Books and Babes obviously launched this year. Maybe if this is years in the future, this is 2025. We launched in September.
End of September.
And there are, on average, at least this is what ChatGPT was telling me, about 20,000 new podcast shows that launch on Spotify every day. And A Court of Books and Babes performed better than 77. I mean, who's counting? But 77% of them. And we're super excited because we are a small production over here. It's like literally it's Jamie and I and my sister Allie. It's a ragtag group. We don't have like a celebrity that we're interviewing or like a ton of marketing dollars. No. It's just us and we love reading.
No marketing
dollars. There was a $100 promotion on a social post that we did, and we were like, look at us, so fancy, so bougie. It did well, but I was really proud of us. Like all of our stats, considering we're essentially just like, we're just here because we love the books, we love each other, and we're just chatting, and it's vibing with people. So yes, if you've been listening, if you've been here from the beginning, or if you've just joined us, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so good.
Are we ready to get going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jessica.
And welcome to A Court of Books and Babes,
a podcast where 2 best friends review, react to, and rate our, and soon to be your, favorite fantasy books.
All right. So we don't have a ton to catch up on as we discussed because we did just record mere days ago.
I will say in that time, I finished Night Prince.
Oh my God. And?
I'm so glad you recommended it to me. It was so good. And last time I said like, oh, it's definitely following a bit of a romantic-y formula, which yes, but you were right. Like there is a bit of a departure and it's just a different take on like those types of worlds and like, where are we going to go? And even the like relationship dynamic where I would say enemies to lovers, you kind of get to a point where you're like, and it's resolved because they've like, whatever, they've said that they care about each other or they accepted the mating bond or whatever it is that it's like now they're lovers. But this one kind of did a like, it isn't, which I was like, oh, I don't know that I've had that before.
And for the second book, she's still a bit conflicted.
Oh yeah, definitely. Which I like maintains, I guess, Fourth Wing. Rebecca Yarros tried to do that. in book 2 where there was
Come on.
it was
we knew she was ending up with
of course, and it was the miscommunication trope, which
that's my least favorite.
I think that's everybody's least favorite.
I'm like, just talk to each other and admit it.
I know.
God.
I know. And I've seen Rebecca be interviewed about it, and she's like, well, like, how do you maintain, because people love the tension. She's like, how do you maintain tension for, thousands of pages? And she's like, well, you have them, they disagree and they miscommunicate and they break up and they get back together. And it's like, sure. No. Like how
about not?
Right? I loved the third Fourth Wing book. I really did. I didn't love the second one. It was all right.
Except the throne scene.
Except of course.
We
have taste. We have brains. Of course we love the throne scene. So anyways, I loved that. And you have made a little more progress in
the
Blood
Primal
and Ash.
of Blood and Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was slow.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like persevering.
Right.
Now it's like resolved one of the things that was wrong. And I just did that last night. Resolved that. So now tonight we'll be seeing. Yeah, we'll be seeing what happens. I resolved it by reading. And now we'll see what happens next.
Okay.
I don't know how this story is going to go, which I like, but I'm also like hoping that it doesn't just like, the book is so fat. So it's like, I hope it doesn't just go on for the sake of going on.
Right.
Like I need things to happen.
Yes, of course. There needs to be like momentum, like things are developing. We're not just like, that's the you and I have talked about like my favorite author, I think, is probably Steinbeck, and my favorite book is East of Eden, and you really didn't like Grapes of Wrath, is that right?
That's an understatement. Yes. The most dull book I've ever read. And I don't even think I finished it.
Yeah.
And it was for school, so maybe I did.
Totally, right? And I would say that Steinbeck also can definitely be, it's a different type of writing, obviously, but you could make an argument that Steinbeck loves to just talk to talk or write to write. You're just like, all right, we're just talking about that tumbleweed for 4 pages. It's a really compelling tumbleweed. Totally. And I love Tolkien, but same thing. There's like a lot of like, let's look at this beautiful.
For like 80 pages. Yeah, it's cold.
It's cold. It's rough. Yeah. Oh. Samwise is a great guy. There was like a funny TikTok a while ago, and it was and Andrew and I were like, we busted our ass laughing. It was when we first got Stevie, my dog. It was actually Jamie's foster puppy. Yes. She's now a 110-pound giant. But she's a horse. She is a small horse.
They thought they adopted a dog, but surprise, it's a pony,
a buffalo. We love her endlessly, but especially as a puppy, she needed a lot of walking, and it was like other people taking their like medium to small sized dogs for a walk, and it's just people like walking around the block and like skipping, and the dog's like it's like me walking my large breed, and it's the scene from Lord of the Rings where it's like Gandalf with his stick, he's like traversing the mountains, and I'm like, yes, that was us with Stevie, like that whole winter. Just 40 minutes in, I'm like, she needs another 20 minutes, like I'll climb that hill.
Where's Stevie?
I know, our girl. Wait, there was one other. And I started Eldrick. Yeah, I'm like maybe, I don't know, 50 pages in.
What are your initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts, I'm liking it so far. I'm a little bit worried about the flashbacks with Savander. How old is he when that all starts? He's quite young, isn't he? He's like 10.
I think he's like
no older.
Well, he goes to like the
mines,
salt mines or whatever.
Yes.
Is it salt mines or is that Throne of Glass?
Do
they all have salt mines?
Yeah, there's definitely they're mining something.
Oh, I think they're mining. Isn't it that stuff that gives them their magic?
The sable fire types?
No.
Or the Vivicantum?
Yeah.
Maybe?
No, because that's in veins. Anyways, I don't know. They're mining something.
Yeah.
Who knows what?
Who knows?
Yes. So he goes when he's young. But
they age him up pretty quick?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, it's like years pass, and he's a young adult, if not like late teens. Like it's not like He's not a child.
Okay,
I mean, the physical abuse is when he's a child. Like, as far as like
torture, which is also
well, no, just like the general meanness, you know, like when they're in the like.
Okay.
I mean, yes, it's horrible.
Right.
Yeah. No, they grow them up quick.
Okay, that was my concern.
Nobody's interested in babies, Evander. Look at Avie brought her spring.
Ooh, she's giving us a gift. She says, "Here, you paltry peasants." That was my one concern. Is I was like, I really don't think I can handle reading about like a child being abused. That's not.
No,
interested in that. Okay,
it's not.
I was like, as we got to that part, I was like,
yeah, no, they grow them up fast.
Okay, yeah.
If you're 80 pages in,
like 50-ish, something like
that.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Oh God,
the cats
they're on one, as Jamie would say.
They are on one.
That's our reading update. It's been 2 days. I'm shocked we actually have made progress. I'm like, oh, I finished a book. I started another one. You're like made more progress.
Yeah, I'm about a quarter of the way through now.
And you were a fifth last time. So.
Yes, I have made progress. Okay.
Right. We're ready. This is going to be a hell of an episode. We got a lot to get through.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rock. It is time to talk lore, lust, and loose morals as we unpack adventures, escape to new worlds, and, of course, swoon over our best book boyfriends.
Here we go, babes. Prepare your I cannot believe this is happening gasp, because we're diving into ACOMAF chapters 14 through 19. And spoiler alert, nothing in the SJM universe is off limits. ACOTAR, Crescent City, Throne of Glass. If it contains Fae foreplay disguised as fighting, we're absolutely dragging it into today's episode.
This podcast has all of our favorite R words: romance, racey, risque, and, of course,
RHYSAND.
As such, it is rated R. Please listen accordingly.
We'll kick off every episode with Babes Between the Lines,
where we read what's written, obsess over what isn't,
and dig past the dialogue so you don't miss the motives, magic, or mistakes.
Okay. I'm putting my tea down because we're really getting into it.
That went well.
I'm ready. Yeah, you get your tea. Also, look at Jamie's adorable cup. Main character energy.
Thanks, Mandy.
So good.
Mandy gave it to me for my birthday.
That's adorable.
They have so many good ones at Indigo right now.
Indigo as a sponsor?
Yeah, that's right. that's
Wouldn't that be convenient?
Right. Chapter 14, quote, "Welcome to my home." Babes, we are in Valaris.
I don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing my Valaris sweatshirt today.
Da, da, da.
Yep.
It looks so cute. I love it.
Yeah.
So good. I want one. Vicky made it for you, right?
Yes, my sister-in-law made it for me, and
How much?
both of them gave it to me for my 40th birthday.
So cute.
Oh. Mother of Pearl.
Mother of Pearl. That's not the mother I was thinking. Feyre had assumed that wherever Rhys was taking her was going to be a wreck of a city, abandoned and scavenged by Amaranthus monsters over the last 50 years. But this warm, vibrant town home set in a bustling and peaceful city is a far cry from that assumption. Rhys tells her he has 2 homes here. Must be nice.
Just 2.
What a flex. He's a Nepo baby. But
Soon to have 3.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. The river house. One is for official business. One is for him and his family. Then Feyre sees 2 large, wing-tipped bodies appear in the fogged glass framing the door. Oh. And she hears a male voice say, quote, "Hurry up, you lazy ass," followed by a fist pounding on the door.
Oh my God.
And these words might as well have been Shakespeare for all of the romantic feelings that they and their bearers peak in the fandom. Like when I was reading this and it was like, "Hurry up, you ass," I swear to God, I swooned. I was like,
yeah. Cassian. Ridiculous.
Rhys tells Feyre that the only people who can winnow into the townhome are Rhys, Mor, Feyre, and anyone else Feyre chooses. Valaris, he says, has not been breached in over 5,000 years. Feyre is safe. She can go where she pleases, do what she wants. The fact that Rhys has made Feyre the only person besides himself and Mor, also, we talked about this last time, is Mor his cousin, like, "Oh, it's my cousin," or like, "my blood cousin." No, Mor is his blood cousin. Like, they're actually related.
Okay, but like a distant relation. Because I went down a bit of a Reddit rabbit hole.
Did you?
Yeah, and
Okay.
it was like, it's like Kier, her dad,
Okay.
was like second cousins of someone. So like, yes. But then he also says at one point in a book, I think it's whatever book it is, I don't know. He's like, she's my cousin in the loosest sense of the word. So like, I think it's distant.
A very loose relation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they do say like later.
But yes, it is blood.
Yeah, it is blood. It was confirmed. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so, yeah, the fact that it's him, his literal blood family, like his only, I think, like living blood relative that he has any type of relationship with. And then Feyre, he's saying, can now winnow in, is such a telling indication of how he views her. Like, she is already family to him.
RHYSAND.
Yeah. Rhys asks if Feyre wants to meet the people currently pounding at the door, but her depression is weighing too heavy on her, and she declines and makes her way to her bedroom, followed
Fool.
by Nuala and Caradwyn. She can hear the voices from the sitting room, laughing, teasing, joking, so dissimilar from the stern, quiet, and formalities of the spring court.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, Feyre gets to ask the question, how? How on earth did this city survive Amarantha for the last 50 years? How, Momo?
She's making biscuits.
Yeah.
Are you making some
She has to
biscuits?
clock in for her shift.
Yes.
That's right. I mean, we added them to payroll, and she's no slouch. She's showing up.
No,
How did they do it, Momo?
no,
Tell
she's
me.
tired.
She's like, that was exhausting. I made exactly 1.5 biscuits. I have to go to sleep now. The twins answer only that the High Lord of the Night Court has always been very dedicated to his people, and that they would prefer that he tell her what he did in order to protect his city. This isn't a demand from RHYSAND. He hasn't asked Nuala and Caradwyn to keep anything from Feyre, because she says, did Rhys tell you not to tell me? And they go, no, he did not. This is their choice, and it shows the amount of respect that they have for RHYSAND.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is lovely. Like when there's people who work under you, and that's, I mean, it's the only way to describe it. They work for RHYSAND, let's say. They work for RHYSAND. If they're going out of their way to advocate for him, I think that just shows like what they think of him as a leader.
Yep. Agreed.
Chapter 15.
Oh, that was a quickie.
Thank God, because chapter 16 is enormous. Feyre awakes and goes downstairs where Rhys awaits. The door opened to the city behind him. As they walk outside, Feyre's artist brain, for the first time in months, seems to take notice. Soft light, peaceful people, laughing children, pretty homes, red stone mountains, and a sparkling river leading to the sea.
Okay, so I was going to say, I did, after you were like,
Yes!
no, it's red. It is red.
It is
but
red.
she does describe it as moonstone too. So I feel like there's some,
Godhole.
like it's a mistake.
Okay, because yes, I was like, why do I have it later in my notes as well, that when they go, they're like looking at the House of Wind.
Yeah,
it's like,
and
it's
it
the
is
red
red.
mountains. And I was like, that, because after we recorded that, I was like, why did I think it was red? Jessica, that's so dumb. It's a mountain. But I was like, in my head, it was red. This is why. I tweaked on that, and then my brain was like, paint it red. Like,
You're the Queen in Alice in Wonderland. Painting the roses red.
Yes. Paint the House of
Also,
Wind red.
but if it's red, bad, bad, bad.
Bad.
But he gives it to Nesta.
I mean, interesting,
right?
Yes,
Not
totally.
Everything that red is bad for sure.
But I mean, it's a pretty big. I wonder if there's something, because the house is more than just a house. Like it's
sentient. Nesta
Curious.
made the house, or like made it.
Wow,
Oh my
kitties
God.
are they are on one.
Yeah.
They're here for
Like
their
she's
shift.
literally clawing her way around the ottoman.
AD's like, "Ra-ta-ta-da-ra-ta-ta-da." Are you not entertained? AD,
What the guy
her
doing?
little tail swishing it. No. Okay. Oh, I was going to ask you, when you think of Valaris, what, if you had to compare it to a real life city, what city in the real world do you think it would like most compare to?
I don't know, but like maybe like a little ski town in Switzerland or something. Like where it's like everything's cobblestone and it's
Yeah.
like cutesy and there's like mountains, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Switzerland does not have water, but I mean, I'm sure it has a lake or something.
I'm sure.
I don't know, or like the French Alps or something. Like, I don't know, somewhere like
European,
bougie and European, but
Yeah.
like bougie in like an understated way.
Right. Yep. I
Like
think
an if you know, you know way.
Right. Yes. A hidden gem,
Mhm.
literally. I think in my head it was similar where like maybe like the architecture is very like European, Switzerland, but then I kind of feel like it is a cross between Banff with like the mountains right there and how majestic it is. And then Vancouver. Again, not like the like downtown whatever, but
Right.
like a city by the sea
Mhm.
with also mountains. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. I was
We're
trying to think.
Canadian, so we actually are very close to Banff.
We are, yeah. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah, I could see Banff, but more
Right?
cutesy, less like
Less tourists.
obviously no one's going there
whatever.
unless they're invited.
Yeah, no. Wait, what was I going to ask you? You're like, Banff. Oh, did you? I was saying hop, skip, and a jump away. Did you know that? I think it's in the States. If you ask someone like, how far away is something, they'll be like, I don't know, 5 miles. But like in Canada, if I were to,
By hours.
it's by time. If I were to say to you like, how far away is Spray Lakes from here? You wouldn't tell me like 4 kilometers. You'd be like, oh, it's like 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
Right? I wonder.
Interesting.
Right? Interesting. I've seen like a couple people on social talk. Anyway.
Because time makes more sense
Makes
to
more
me
sense
because you're like, oh, it'll take me that long to get there. 5 miles, like, but I mean, I guess,
Is it climate?
but also like miles because that's an actual measurement. Like timing could vary if you drive slow, if you drive fast, if you like, you know, are in traffic and all these things. So it's like it's kind of loosey goosey. Whereas like it is this far.
It is exactly that
like
far.
the distance isn't getting farther or shorter.
But I wonder if it's because we're Canadian. And so like, just like you said, our climate can change things so much. Like if the roads are shit, you have a blizzard coming in. I know they get that kind of weather in the States, but a lot more of the States has more temperate climate. And I'm like, is that, they're like 3 kilometers or 3 miles is 3 miles. Like it's always going to be versus we're like, well, it could be 3 kilometers and it could take you a minute. But if it's a back road and it was a whiteout, like I'm like, is that maybe why?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I mean, the distance seems more logical.
Yes, I agree.
But in my mind,
the time
I want to know the time.
If someone said to me, oh, it's 10 kilometers, I'd be like,
how long will it take me to get there?
Yes. Like, are we driving through residential? Is it highway? Is it, you know what I mean? Anyway,
agreed.
Aside, this beauty overwhelms Feyre and she feels anger fill her heart. How? She asks Rhysand. How and why? How did he protect the city, and why the hell didn't he extend that protection to anywhere else in Prythian? Rhys tells her that other cities are known to the world. Velaris has been a secret for a millennia, thanks to spells and wards and the ruthless protection of his ancestors. And so when Amarantha came, she didn't know. No one knew to look for it. This is crazy to me. That like they kept a city secret forever. Like them like trade, like people come in.
So they do say, he does say at one point, isn't it, like we stopped people from coming in. So does that mean like on the sea, if people came in and like dropped their goods or whatever and they left, did they have to swear not to tell about it? Or does he just like make omelets of their brain or what?
Right? Like it's a bit, I'm like, how? And then also in this chapter, he's talking about the city and he's like, oh, there's 4 theaters. That one's the most famous. And I'm like, okay, but nobody in Velaris. And he says, he's like, everyone knows Velaris is like a city. This is what Velaris is known for. It's artists. And I was like,
to its own people.
They walk through the city and Feyre drinks it all in. Shops, cafes, and beautiful homes, as well as a gorgeous diversity of fairies and fae. She notices that the citizens don't seem intimidated by their High Lord walking amongst them, some ignoring him, others greeting him warmly by name. Again, such a stark contrast with the rigid, fearful hierarchy of the Spring Court. If we think about the scene at the Tithe, where he's literally right, he's on a throne and they're below him and they're like lined up, and it just versus Rhysand like literally just walking through the city, and it clearly is such not a big deal. Like some people are just like, okay, like Whatever.
Oh, just the most powerful High Lord in history. The
Just
most beautiful man alive.
that
No
ever
big
exists.
deal.
Right. Hey. Exhaustion flares in Feyre as they begin to slowly make their way back towards the townhome. Rhys tells her that she'll be meeting his inner circle tonight. Mor, Cassian, Azriel, and Amren. Feyre learns that Amren is his second in command and Mor is his third, and she notes with surprise that they're both women. Rhys warns her to be careful with Amren as she has a bit of a temper.
Oh my God, I love Amren.
Quote,
Love her.
"For what it's worth, I am the most powerful High Lord in Prithian's history, and merely interrupting Amren is something I've done only once in the past century." Like, mic drop. My God.
Be leading on to like a prequel about Amren or something. Like,
I would
there's
love
so
a
much-
prequel about Amren.
There's so much that they're like, oh, Amren is. We don't know how she does this, blah blah blah. And I'm like,
Otherworldly.
where she's translating it, I'm like, she must.
So you're still in ACOTAR.
Yeah.
Still.
Amren gets a lot more in
Book 5.
well, and the rest
Oh,
of
at the
this
end of this book.
a lot more, and then book 5 a lot more as well. And Crescent City, I feel like there's going to be a lot of crossover, and there's a little actually. Oh, you have to read it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's like one
don't.
part in particular that I'm like, the worlds cross over and Amren plays a role, and it just makes me feel like there's going to be more. I actually think I'm going to reread Crescent City, but
What's your fan cast for Amren? She's so hard.
because she's actually, because I just read her description, she's described as like, first off, teeny tiny,
Like
black
4 foot
hair.
nothing.
Yeah, 4 foot nothing. She's got like a Jamie Bob,
A black.
but
bob.
black. I think that she's supposed to be maybe like Asian or South Asian in
Mhm.
appearance. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think she's Caucasian.
Mhm.
And pretty, but I think it says something along the lines of like perhaps bordering on a bit plain, but then with these like crazy silver eyes. So I'm like, that's a hard.
So hard.
I feel like she's like severe looking.
Yeah, like she needs to be intense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But then tiny.
Yeah.
A tiny, what do they call her? Tiny ancient one.
Relatable.
Oh, I love her. Right.
I would like people to refer to me as that from now on.
I was changing my baby and she was looking at me with this fierce little face, and I just read that section. I was like, oh, hello, tiny ancient one. I love that. Oh, in the same way that we like kind of refell in love with Lucian and then Amarantha, I feel like that's how I'm feeling about Amrit. I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to spend more time with her.
Yeah.
In these next,
She's great.
like, yes.
Funny enough, I don't feel that way about Mor. Like, I want to know her story only because it aggravates me. But like Amren, like I like her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. More, I agree. I'm like, yeah, she's really pretty. Like,
Okay, she's pretty.
right,
Fine.
she's really pretty. Like, what else? Like, I need more from Mor.
Mm-hmm.
Feyre realizes this knowledge that RHYSAND, the most powerful High Lord in Prithian's history, is so terrified of this 4 foot nothing woman, it pricks nothing in her. No shock, no fear. And at this nothingness, she thinks, quote, maybe it would be a mercy to be ended. Rhys instantly grabs her chin, snarling at her not to ever think that. And in that moment, their bond goes tight, and she flashes into his eyes, into his mind, just like she had under the mountain.
Does he let her do that, or she just does it?
We're going to talk about it. But
Oh.
yes, she does. It is involuntary on both of their parts.
Mm.
She is shocked at what she sees. She looks at herself and she looks starved. Starved for food, starved for attention, starved for life. Then she's back in her own body, and she and Rhys are both shocked. Rhys begins thinking out loud, wondering if her Daemati power has come from him, and therefore she can slip past his mental defenses. We can see RHYSAND's like full Ravenclaw here. Like, he's just like, oh, fascinating. Like,
Interesting.
yeah, interesting. We should have like an interesting watch. Like, the number of times Rhys just goes, interesting. Like, yeah, he totally is a Ravenclaw. Back at the townhouse, Feyre and Rhys are having a spat. Rhys has told Feyre that he will have to fly and carry her into the House of Wind as the home is warded from winnowing, and the only way to walk in is 10,000 steps.
Which we will see a lot of
Don't
later.
worry, gentle listener. Yeah, we're going to spend a lot of time on those stairs in just a few books. Feyre is adamant that she will not be carried into this house, but Rhys slowly breaks her down, and soon enough, Rhysand's arms encircle her, and she asks him, quote, "Please don't drop me." And then they're flying.
Ugh.
Can you imagine? Like, I think this would fix my fear of flying. Like, I would be like,
Fly with Rhysand.
I love it. Let's go. Like, have you ever had a flying dream?
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
Yes, I have them all the time.
What do
That's
they
a sign
mean?
of good mental health, they say.
That's
Well,
shocking.
that says a lot for me. I have
Allie
never
and Jamie
dreamt
are
of
both
flying.
Yeah, interesting.
They say that, are they like incredible? Like you have them and you feel like it's the best feeling in the whole
I have
world?
them and then I wake up as I'm falling and I'm about to hit the ground.
Falling dreams.
Falling dream is different than flying.
No, I'm flying and then I
And then
lose
you-
my flight and I fall and I hit the ground and I wake up.
That's horrible.
Like it feels like you're falling through your bed.
I would say that is not a
Oh,
typical flying
yeah, I
dream.
will, like jump in my bed and like sit
Yes.
bolt up.
What
Yes.
is that?
I had that as a kid. I haven't had that in like,
Oh my
I don't know, like
God,
20
yeah.
I have
years.
that all the time.
Where you're like,
Yeah.
You still have those?
yes.
Oh, all the time.
Really?
You like are jolted awake because it
Yes.
felt like you were falling through your
It's like-
bed.
It's like you hit the ground almost.
Yeah.
Like such a jolt.
No, I had it, but as a kid, like I haven't had that in probably 20 years. Like, that's
Probably not a sign of
crazy.
good mental health.
No. So I will say like I've not had many of them, but when I have had flying dreams, it's like the best feeling in the whole world. Like I can't.
This from you.
I know. I have a crippling fear of flying, but my flying dreams are I wake up and I'm like, how can I go back? Like it is an indescribable feeling.
No, I've never had one.
Oh, I hope you
That
do.
I remember.
I feel like you would. Like they're so great. Rhys tells her that as a boy, he would sometimes jump out of his bedroom window and just fly and fly and fly around the city. Sometimes his mother would catch him, scold him, and then join him. I love
I
this
love that
story,
part. It's so
right?
cute.
And I agree with Allie what you said last time. I want like a novella about like Rhys as like a little boy and like his relationship with Tamlin and all of that. I would read the fuck out of that.
Mhm.
Like Rhys is like growing up and then meeting Azriel and Cassian.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
first
cute.
snowball fight.
Yeah.
Like, ugh. They get to the House of Wind, and before they go in, Rhys asks her to tell him what she's thinking. And we get an incredible reveal from Feyre. Quote, "I'm thinking that I was a lonely, hopeless person and that I might have fallen in love with the first person who showed me a hint of kindness and safety. And I'm thinking maybe he knew that. Maybe not actively, but maybe he wanted to be that person for someone. And maybe that worked for who I was before. And maybe it doesn't for what I am now." Okay. Feyre,
Self-awareness.
round of applause. That is a hell of a lot of self-reflection.
Yes, that's like
Like,
full circle moment.
Yeah. This is what I mean when I say I could understand Tamlin's context earlier in this story. I think Feyre is right. He served and met a need that she, at the time that he met her, needed. But she isn't that, to use your words, she isn't that girl anymore. And he has failed to evolve alongside her. This is a hard truth of life and love, that sometimes relationships end, not because someone cheated or did something terrible, although in this case, obviously, we do have abuse. But sometimes relationships end simply because you grow apart. People change, and that's not necessarily bad. It's just life. And if you can't find ways to change together and meet one another in new iterations that you become.
This is interesting if we want a redemption arc for Tamlin. I don't. But like the abuse really is like, and he couldn't change when he was with Feyre. I feel like if it's like, oh, he meets his mate, I'll still be like, ugh.
Right.
I don't know. Like, there's just something that I can't get past.
No, I hear you.
And so I just, no matter what kind of happens with him, I'm still just like,
Yeah.
he's 500-year-old, like, dink.
Yep.
And worse than that. But, like, you know, I just can't get past it.
I know. And we talked
Like,
about this.
how could he be redeemed?
Yeah. We talked about this a lot in last episode that for whatever reason, like, yeah, and I don't know why, but on a first read, like, it was bad. But on this reread that we're doing, I was like, holy shit. Like, this is horrible. Like, Ali, you said it's like when you hear the stories about guys who get angry and they punch a hole in the drywall. Like, and like, that's what it was. Like, and you also make a good point. He's 500 years old or however the fuck old he is.
When you were like, people can change. And I was like, can they?
It's been a century or two. Like, if it's not happening now. Yeah, I am less of a like, I don't know. I'm interested to see how SJM tackles this.
And I feel like if the catalyst for him changing
is girl.
Yes. That is like red flag.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because you should never change. And also change is not permanent if it's for someone else.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Which is why he could never change for Feyre fully because it was just like
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be really curious to see how SJM tackles it because she's created a bit of a sticky situation.
Perhaps he will die.
Perhaps. Who knows? Okay. Chapter 16. All right, folks. This is a hell of a chapter. A lot of lore. Grab a pen, a notepad, and a caffeinated beverage. Class is in session. Before they can enter the house proper, they perceive two large winged males standing on the veranda. The larger of the two looks at Feyre, saying with a grin, quote, "Come on, Feyre, we don't bite unless you ask us to." Oh, who could it be, folks? Rhys slides his hands into his pockets, pocket watch, and says to the male that he can't recall anyone ever actually taking Cassian up on that offer. And the other male snorts. Feyre takes in the men. Dark hair, tan skin, hazel eyes. Absolutely, emphasis on the shredded, and absolutely gorgeous. Cassian is the larger of the two, and Azriel the prettier, though Feyre describes some primal part of her, recognizing that Azriel's beauty almost seems to be a weapon. The male oozes secrecy and danger. Okay, pause. Why the hell is Cassian absolutely, irrefutably dirty blonde in my mind?
For sure he is.
The book describes him with black shoulder-length hair.
I always thought like dark brown in my head.
I've imagined like Anders color, like dirty blonde.
Well,
dark
ginger, first of all.
Okay.
Agree to disagree, lady.
Like, I won't fight you on this. He will.
Yeah, for sure, dirty blonde hair.
Right?
Yeah,
But you're just picturing Liam Hemsworth.
I'm definitely picturing like a Liam Hemsworth type.
I feel like the fan art, he's
is
dirty blonde.
Yes. And I'm like, is that it? Have I seen too much fan art and it infiltrated my mind? But I don't think so. I think when I read it, I was just like, nah.
No.
Wrong.
Because hazel eyes, you're like, I don't know.
Azriel in my head has dark hair like Rhys, but it's like cut short and like.
Of course, but he's like shadows and like.
Yes. Cassian is dirty blonde. Like, maybe it's also that he kind of feels to me like a bit of a Viking. So like that Nordic look.
Yep.
Like maybe that's it. I'm picturing like Bjorn from Vikings.
I didn't watch that show. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I wondered. I was like, that can't just be me.
Oh, I've never thought that.
Yes. Dirty blonde.
No,
okay.
for sure. I thought that too. Now that you're saying that, I'm like, huh.
Yeah. I double checked it as I was I was like, nah. No, shoulder length black hair. Azriel goes to shake her hand, and Feyre notices the burns covering them. We learn that Azriel is RHYSAND's spy master, and Cassian is the commander of his armies. Before Feyre can say much, Cassian has elbowed his way to be in front of her, asking her excitedly how on earth she built that bone ladder and trap that killed the worm. Taken aback by the abrupt and intrusive question, Feyre responds with, "How the hell did you manage to survive this long without anyone killing you?"
Why is everyone mean to Cassian off the bat? I'm like, he's like a child, but like with a very high emotional. Yeah, like a puppy.
Yes, he's so excited. He's like, Because he's
like, oh my God, tell me everything.
Yes,
how did you do it?
How did you do it? And he's like, you look like you'd break in half and you fought the worm and you made the trap. And he's so excited. And she's like, Jesus, get off me.
She's like, what? Like it was hard?
Yeah. Allie, you have to make another TikTok for that. Round 2. At this, Cassian begins to howl with laughter, and Moore joins them on the veranda, dressed in her signature scarlet hue. Cassian begins to make fun of Moore's fancy red dress, and Moore snaps back that he could have at least combed his hair, while Azriel softly chides them, saying, "We have company."
Thanks, Dad.
Right? I love everything about these interactions.
Same.
I come from a big family and a family that teases and jokes around a lot.
Never.
I think
Allie's like, we most certainly
taunts me
do not do that.
I think as long as joking and teasing is always tempered with kindness and tact, it can be a really lovely form of connection and affection. And I think that the inner circle embodies this in a way that is just so endearing. Like they are always razzing each other.
Yes.
Constantly they're beaking, but they never cross the line.
Yes.
Like they're very aware of like what we do and don't tease about, what we do and don't laugh about.
Yeah, our family's really good at that too.
As they go inside the House of Wind, they are greeted by a petite, dark-haired woman with delicate features and silvery, intense eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet everyone's favorite little monster, Amren. At first blush, she looks high fae, but there is an innate otherness about her that has Feyre's mind screaming to run far, far away. Amren turns that pewter gaze to Rhysand and thanks him for his gift. And Feyre notices the jewelry she's wearing, evidently provided to her by the High Lord of the Night Court. I just love our little fire drake.
Also, like, she reminds me of like an old lady who would like have all these baubles and jewels, and then instead of like taking something off when she leaves, she'd like put one more, and she's like, yes, that's perfect.
That's perfect.
Now I can go.
I love it. And I love that she's so tiny and she wears these gigantic, like just outrageous pieces of jewelry.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I love it.
Oh, Amren.
I know.
What a
she's
gal.
just the best. Amren looks now to Feyre, stepping closer, saying, so there are 2 of us now. We who were born something else and found ourselves trapped in new, strange bodies.
Soon 3. Soon 4.
But then she mentions a 3rd, and not the eventual 3rd and 4th that we get later. Miriam. Pause. Do we think we're going to get more of her and it's Draken, right?
Yeah.
Miriam and Draken in the coming books? Like we do get a little more, but do we think we're going to get even more than what we currently have?
Where
Do we leave off with them?
Yeah, are they with Lucian and the Human Queens and Jurian?
I don't think so, because the cauldron goes to be with them, right?
Oh,
on their
yes,
like
that's
sneaky,
right.
their sneaky little island.
That's also hid from everyone, but famous for everything.
How are they hiding them? Right? Yeah, just world famous for its theater. To the citizens of Valeros.
Yes.
As Amren surveys Feyre, she sniffs her. I would be so, as someone who is obsessed with like how things smell, I would be so disconcerted amongst the Fae, because I would just know that they're always like, and I would just be like, what? She sniffs her and her eyes widen and meet Rhysand's gaze, to which Rhys just nods. She smells the mating bond. She smells the mating bond.
It's like a hound for mating bond.
She is. It's like
Stevie.
Stevie. Right? Oh, yeah. Food fills the plate suddenly, but Amren does not eat. Quote, not this sort of food, she says.
I love her.
And everyone laughs and groans. Rhys asks Feyre to remind him to have family dinners more often, and she notes the term, family dinners. Not a court meeting, a family dinner. Feyre also notices something else, the siphons on Azriel and Cassian. Rhys explains that they help them concentrate and focus their power in battle. Illyrians, she learns, have little power except that of killing, weaponry, shields, etc. We learn that Illyrians are essentially a people entirely dedicated to war. They have rich traditions and cultures, but are brutal to their females, clipping their wings when they get their first period. Rhys's mother...
Because it's not bad enough.
Right. Like, time to pile on. Right. Also, yeah, because they get horrible, like as like Fae, they get like even worse periods.
Yes, because they come like
Once
4 times a
every-
year or
yeah, like,
something,
yeah,
or it's like weird.
quarterly.
Yeah. Oh
I
yes,
would-
it's spring now.
I wish. Would you trade that? Like instead of once a month, quarterly, but it was worse, like more painful.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
It's a serious consideration.
It is a
Oh,
serious
my God.
consideration, like
Like trade-off.
right? Like I feel like I'm used to it. Like, you know, it sucks. But you just live. I say that now. I've only had one period since having had my baby. I'm like, it's okay, right? I survived for this long. I can do it again. Rhys's mother was Illyrian, and when Rhysand's father was visiting her camp one night, it was when she had first bled. She was trying to get away before they could clip her, and when Rhys's father saw her, he immediately felt the mating bond fall into place. He took her back to the night court that day and made her his bride. Feyre starts to ask Asriel a question, quote, "How do you and Lord Cassian?" And Cassian spews his mouthful of wine everywhere.
This just is like lives in my mind.
I
Like you can
know.
just see it. Like he's
Yes.
a kid.
Yes, he's like just everywhere. Yes. Can you imagine Cassian being referred to as Lord Cassian?
You're like, it just does not suit.
So Feyre asks a different question, one that has been lurking in her heart. Were any of them under the mountain? No. And the tense silence that follows poses more questions for Feyre than it answers. She poses another query. How did they all meet? Asriel's father, an Illyrian lord, sent him to training once they realized he was a shadow singer. Cassian was in that same camp, as was Rhys, whose mother insisted he train with her people. When Cassian saw Rhysand, all pretty and clean, the son of the High Lord, he immediately tried to beat Rhys into a pulp. They were an even match. That night, when Rhysand was warm and safe in his cabin, he saw Cassian trudging through the mud and the snow. In the middle of the night, Rhys went, yanked Cassian into his home, and he never left. Rhysand's mother essentially taking him in as an adopted son.
Tiny little boy. Like he just like beep, beep, beep.
Like I
like,
would love
there's
this
like
novella.
a snowstorm, the wind's whipping his hair, and he's like
going through the mud to his tiny little tent, and Rhys is watching from the window. He's
Yeah.
like, that's the boy that
with
tried
like
to
the
beat.
fog.
Yes, he's like the boy that tried to beat me up. He's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
He looks pretty cool. He's looking at his mom. His mom's like, oh, fine, like go get him.
A puppy.
Yes, he is a puppy. He has golden retriever energy,
But in a good way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Later, Asriel arrived, and the three of them bonded together. 2 bastards and a half-breed, hated by the rest because they were different because of the power that they possessed. Then the war came, and Rhysand's father, perhaps fearful of the power that the 3 of them could possess if aligned, split them up to oversee their own legions. They didn't see each other for years. Finally, Rhysand became High Lord and appointed his inner circle. His father's previous court found them so distasteful that they all left and now live in the hewn city, the court Amarantha modeled her own after, the Court of Nightmares.
Wait.
What?
Back up. So Rhysand became High Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So the war came. Who left the night court?
The member, so Rhysand's father's court, that followed him. When Rhysand became High Lord, he basically was like, people didn't like that he appointed 2 women and then Illyrians who were bastards, and then he called himself a half-breed, and he was like, if you don't like it, you can leave. And so some of them left and went to the hewn city. Some of them tried to like stay, be like, no, and he basically red misted them. It's like poof, you're gone. And then some went and joined Amarantha when she had the under the mountain, and then after the curse was broke, Rhys also red misted those ones. So it was a red foggy day.
Okay.
So then who's left is the people who were like, yep, we like Rhys, so good.
Did Rhys's dad die?
I believe he's dead, yeah. But I don't think it's mentioned. It wasn't mentioned in my section.
Is it mentioned in any of the books?
It must be. Allie, have you read it in ACOTAR yet? This is where having like the not the audiobook, but like a Kindle or whatever, be helpful because you can search words.
Right. And
Right.
highlight things. And
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Don't
I was
apologize.
like, wait, who?
No, yeah. It's
What
like,
happened?
girl, that's why I said grab a pen and paper. Like, this is a lot of lore. And what is this court? Feyre asks, gesturing to them. And Cassian answers, eyes clear, the court of dreams. I love this, so good. It's the court's turn now, and they want to know Feyre's story. She shares it quickly, brutally, and she can see all of them reconsidering her past, her present, and her future. Cassian asks if anyone has trained her. Like, he really is. He's like, I like what you did with that worm. Like, you got potential, girl. Like, yeah, what do you know? And she basically says, like, no one has, like, in fact, right? Like, she was asking in the spring court, no one has trained her in anything. And Cassian offers. In fact, he says something akin to, like, well, you got a teacher now. Like, he is ready. And Feyre, she feels this yearning in her heart to say yes, but it's like there's something holding her back. And so, right? So she says she'll think about it. Next, having now made up her mind, she tells Rhysand she will accept his offer. It's also funny because the rest of the court, like the Court of Dreams, she's like, I accept your offer, Rhysand. And like Asriel and Mor and Cassian are kind of like, oh, and Amryn are like, eh? There's like, oh, I guess like Rhys didn't tell you. Like they're all just like, what? Like, what offer? Good, he tells her, because Hybern is indeed going to make war, and he's going to resurrect Jurian. At this news, the Court of Dreams is shocked. How? Why? Rhys tells them he doesn't know, but intends to find out. Amryn says he should ask the Bone Carver. And when he says perhaps that would be a task better suited to her, she has a visceral reaction, hissing and snapping at her refusal, saying she will never set foot in that prison.
Is the dress back? Hissing?
At that, right?
She's wearing the wedding dress?
It's in the cupboard. It's like... Rhysand acquiesces and says he and Feyre will go if Feyre agrees. She pauses and then agrees.
There's a lot where Feyre's like, no. And then she's like, okay, fine.
Right.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Sure.
It's like, girl, just say yes the first time.
Right.
Like, you know you're going to.
Twist that rubber arm.
Exactly. Chapter 17 begins not with action, but with connection. The kind that hums quietly beneath the surface until you realize it's been holding everything together all along. They can feel or hear each other when it matters most. When Feyre is drowning in fear, when the world narrows to panic and pain and memories, he hears her. Because when they made the bond, she needed not to be alone. And the way this echoes Rhysand's earlier confession that he didn't want her to die alone under the mountain hits us straight in the feels. This bond isn't about possession, it's about witness. It's about survival being something you no longer have to do by yourself.
I love that. This is not a bond that like chains. It links.
Yeah.
You know, and that there's a difference there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say? To be seen is to be loved?
Yeah.
Their conversation at the start of the chapter peels back another layer of Rhys that few ever get to see. Feyre finally understands the depths of the sacrifice he made under the mountain, how every calculated cruelty, every monstrous performance, every choice that made him look like a villain was actually a shield. For Valaris, for his family, for the people who existed in secret because he refused to let beauty be destroyed. Feyre doesn't just hear this, she feels it, and something in her shifts. This is the first time she truly sees the cost of his mask. Then the nightmare comes. Amaranth's shadow crawls back into Feyre's mind, and terror ignites into violence. She sets her sheets on fire, tearing them into strips, trying to outrun memory with flame. And then he's there. Rhys's voice cutting through the dark, quote, "The voice was at once night and dawn, and the stars and the earth, and every inch of my body calmed at the primal dominance in it." Sir. Like, Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't demand, he doesn't command, he grounds her. And when the terror finally spills over and she is physically wrecked by it, puking, shaking, unraveling, he is still there.
What a different, like, from what Tamlin, who knew what was going on and just pretended he didn't.
Mm-hmm. Holding her hair, stroking her back, whispering quiet reassurances, no performance, no flirtation, just presence.
Mm.
And when she is finally steadied enough, he lets her into his own reoccurring nightmare. He lets her see his fear, his guilt, his endless vigil of watchfulness.
Mm.
It's not dramatic, it's intimate. Equals.
Yeah.
And understanding begins to bloom where silence once lived.
I love this. I love this, like, understanding that vulnerability begets vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like, that she would feel, vulnerable in that moment, and he sees that, and he doesn't want her to feel less than or weak or whatever.
Alone.
Exactly. You're totally right. Alone. And so he's like, he shares with her.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Ugh. Then the chapter shifts into destiny mode. The prison, the bone carver, another trip under a mountain. Mm-hmm. But this time she chooses it. I mean, she chooses it the first time.
Sure.
But more out of, I guess they're both out of necessity. It's a similar circumstance, but different reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, the stakes are a little bit different. Like, high, but not like, you're going to die this very instant.
Yes, that's true.
Like,
we also learn that Moore's family once ruled the North, and SJM quietly drops that piece of history like a breadcrumb soaked in looming consequences.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I know. I was like that gives her like a bit of like a vengeance plot. If like she was gonna be bad,
right? Her family, and then it was taken from
they
them.
were probably the supporters of his dad.
Oh, definitely they were.
Because now
her dad lives
in Hewn City.
Yeah. Why else are they there? They have to have been. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
More.
I know. Because there's one thing that this author loves, it's planting betrayal seeds that won't bloom for hundreds of pages. Or in the last 100 pages.
Right, you're right. Hundreds and then the last 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just like that, Feyre and Rhys winnow off into the dark on a casual little field trip to the creepiest place in Perithian, filled with the baddest baddies we've never met. Because nothing says quality time like a haunted mountain. Is this relationship goals? Like, shall we take on death together?
I mean, I like a spooky. I love like a scary movie date, or like, oh my god, when we did the
haunted house,
so fun.
Oh, that was so scary.
Poor Andrew at the front. We're all pushing.
Go, Andrew.
I'm going.
The next scene is why when SJM says "RHYSAND," we all say "swoon." He tells Feyre she doesn't have to go. He won't question her if she says no. And when she hesitates, truly weighing what she can bear, he waits. No pressure, no coercion, no manipulation dressed up as concern, just choice. Always, always choice.
Always choice, yeah.
Rhys keeps his promise and they winnow away back to Valaris. And I can't turn my pages.
No. I've made a grave error. I'm going to take that back. Tiny's like, yes.
I will sit on that paper and chew the corner.
When I was editing episode 10 and that part where we're like, da-da-da-da-da, and then I went, wait. Like, I was like, how did I do that?
Possessed.
Yes. The Babadook took over me.
Chapter 17 isn't loud. It doesn't dazzle with spectacle. It devastates with tenderness. This is the chapter where trauma is not just relived, it is shared. Where power isn't about dominance, it's about restraint. And where the bond stops being a mystery and starts becoming a sanctuary.
Love it.
Chapter 18. Before Feyre and Rhys can even... Oh, no. Chapter 18. Before Feyre and Rhys even step into the magical murder basement that is the prison, Feyre and the readers get to spend some one-on-one time with a 5-foot, sharp-tongued, fierce fire drake, ancient wrath in a petite body named Amren.
Yes.
Is Amren Valaris' answer to Alice? All truth and no sugarcoating?
Yes.
Amren hands her an amulet for protection. No dramatics, no speech, just in and out to give Feyre the thing she needs to take the trip under another mountain. This is, and I know we know what happens with this, like, it does nothing.
Right.
But give her courage.
Yes.
Because, like, it doesn't
No.
actually do anything.
Placebo.
Amren is so cute. I love that she's like this fierce little thing, but she like cares. And I feel like she respects after smelling the bond.
Yeah.
And like respects Rhys enough to be like, this needs to get done. Like, how can I help him help her?
Right.
I love that.
I just adore her.
Yeah.
Like the more that I'm so excited to spend more time with her.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to be my best friend. Like I'm like, yeah.
I'll fight her. Feyre and Rhys arrive at the prison where the heir is dead. The stones are older than sin, and even Rhys's usual swagger gets dialed down into respectful caution. As they trek up the mountain, Rhys does a deep dive into the inner workings of the inner circle. Cassian, the wrathful shield, Azriel, the unseen watcher, Mor, who plays social games for sport, and Amren, who is both a weapon and a wonder.
Ooh, good summary.
Feyre has questions. And RHYSAND doesn't pivot.
Thank you.
She is shocked when Rhys admits that Cassian could beat him in hand-to-hand combat. How unfamiliar humility is when she's been spending all her time with Tamlin.
Right, where it's just like Tam can. Like, he's the exception, whether he should be or not.
Yeah, and Rhys is just like, yeah, he'd beat me. I mean, it'd be close, but he'd beat me. Should I just start over?
No, sorry.
No, just that paragraph. Or, no, it's probably okay. She also specifically asks about Azriel's hands.
Oh.
We learn that the scars on his hands were not earned in battle, but in childhood. Born out of wedlock to a high lord who despised him, Azriel was hidden away in darkness for years.
Horrible.
Locked in a cell at the bottom of his father's keep, treated not as a son, but as a shameful secret. This is so interesting because he was like locked in darkness. He was treated as a secret. And now Azriel wields shadows and like finds people's secrets.
Yes.
Like the way she uses his childhood to kind of like build him into what he is today makes so much sense. And I love, like, obviously his story is awful, but I love that kind of transition from like how those were seen as like weaknesses and like it's very sad to now he's like very powerful and like it's his strength.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he weaponized his trauma.
Yes, and I think I may even say that.
Stop!
His half-brothers found him there and decided pain would be their pastime, burning him with hot oil and flames until his hands were ruined. And when Rhys tells this, it isn't for shock value. It's to show us who Azriel is at his core, a male shaped by the cruelty who chose restraint, loyalty, and quiet protection instead of rage. Azriel never loses his temper.
No, the only time he kind of like, and it's not even a snap, but there's like
his eyebrow raises or something, and he's like, they're like, oh man, Azriel's pissed.
When it's in ACOTAR and it's all the High Lords we're meeting, and then Tamlin says what he says, and Azriel goes, I would be careful with how you speak about my High Lady. And it's like the whole room is like, yeah.
Every shadow he commands, every secret he keeps was born in that darkness. Not because he is cruel, but because he understands cruelty better than most and refuses to become it. God bless him.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll do if book 6 is in Azriel's POV.
Yeah.
I need an Azriel POV book.
The bonus chapter was Azriel POV. So
I know. And it was spectacular.
It was good. It was really good. I actually want to read
it. Like when I read it, I was like, like it was so good.
If we do a social clip of like Jamie's faces, we have to have that one.
Oh, I've started a list of all screenshotting and screen recording all my favorite faces.
Next up, Amren. Rhys drops the little truth about Amren like it's nothing. She is not from Prythian. Not truly. She is something ancient and other, a being who slipped into this world in a body that does not fully contain what she really is. Trapped now in flesh, bound by rules and limitations, she plays at being high fae. Jewel-loving, blood-drinking, library-dwelling menace.
Oh, I love her.
But Rhys makes it chillingly clear that this is only a fragment of her true nature. If the world ever falls far enough, if Prythian is truly lost, he would release her. As a last, desperate, scorch-the-earth failsafe, She is not just the inner circle's secret weapon. She is the thing you break open only when you are willing to watch everything else burn.
Pandora's box.
I thought that as I was writing it, and I was like, nah, I won't say that. After Feyre's head is already spinning, enter the Bone Carver, a tiny nightmare creature who looks harmless but absolutely is not. A little boy with blue or violet eyes and dark hair, no more than 8 years old, peers at Feyre. Is it just me, or is the Bone Carver, like everyone else reading ACOTAR, trying to sound out Feyre's name? Like he's like, Feyre. Like, yeah, relatable. The Bone Carver addresses Feyre like she's a book he's been waiting centuries to read. Ooh. A question for a question. Feyre notes, this conversation on a reread is so interesting.
Take me there.
And dripping in deets and foreshadowing.
I'm ready.
1.
Okay.
I numbered it. There is a list. The Bone Carver asks where she went when she died. This is so strange, but he asks about another world, a light, a portal. Sound familiar? For those of you who read Throne of Glass, this sounds a lot like when Aelin and Dorian try to forge the lock and she falls through the worlds.
Which also, there's a lot of this in Crescent City.
Crescent City. So, right. It was just, and like the wordstone portals that they open and like all of these things. I'm like, the Bone Carver. Is he Valg? I actually didn't mean to make a joke that time. I just said it. Does he bleed black?
Somebody cut him. We gotta see.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure he does, because in ACOTAR, don't they talk about... Oh, I think he might.
We will see. And we get to ACOTAR. 2, we also get a little more about Feyre following the bond back to life. How it was her choice in death to follow the bond back rather than drift into nothingness. Quote, I followed the bond back to me. I knew that home was on the other end of it. Oh. It's just too delicious. I wanted to go home, so I followed the bond home. Safe to say, this home is not filled with flowers and a furry Kool-Aid man, but starry skies and a bat boy.
Reese is probably hearing this, and he's, like on the outside. Oh, cool. Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah. Nailed it.
Oh, interesting.
3, big lore dump about the cauldron and Book of Breathings. Quote, like calls to like, and only that which was made can speak those spells and summon its power. So the Bone Carver goes into, how the cauldron, and then how it's missing its 3 feet, which is like weird.
Yes.
The feet.
Why do I have to call them feet? Every time I did that, it was like it broke the fourth wall for me. I just imagine these stubby little gargoyle feet.
But it's also like the size of a bathtub. So why is it a cauldron? I mean, I guess like a magical bathtub would be like more funny, less serious. The bathtub poured its contents, and there now is Prythian.
The jacuzzi.
The bubbles. 4, Feyre sees Nyx and RHYSAND sees Jurian. On a first read, of course, we think this is Rhys as a little boy, but babes, we all know better. They leave with more answers and many more questions.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the unsettling realization that the war is ancient, calculated, and already moving its pieces. Rhys stays close on the way out, protective without smothering, like he's daring the darkness itself to reach for her again. Final mood. Amren and Feyre have a meet cute. Lore is loring with the cauldron.
Ew.
And the books, otherworldly creatures and hidden horrors that haven't yet made an appearance. And between a spooky Q&A and a backstory buffet, 2 traumatized high fae are escorting doom while catching feelings.
That was an excellent rhyme there. I felt you could have started rapping.
I'm a poet. Ooh, I would love to rap. Yeah, this chapter also, actually we talk about it in Hot Takes, Theories, and Thirst. So I'll leave it here for now.
Okay.
But there is more.
Okay. With
this Bone Carver and his questions. Chapter 19. For the very first time, Feyre is actually invited into the war room.
Oh,
revolutionary. Right. Not as a decoration, not as a liability, as a participant. And honestly, the emotional whiplash from being silenced in the spring court to now be asked, what do you think
Oh,
is delicious?
yeah.
Rhys debriefs them on what went down with the bone carver, and Feyre does what she's quietly becoming very good at. She watches. Cassian's tension, Asriel's stillness, Mor's careful reactions. She's not just learning the plan, she's learning the people. And when Rhys suggests they test whether Feyre can track the magical fingerprints left by powerful beings, enter the Weaver.
Ooh.
I got 2 really good chapters this time with the bone carver and the introduction of the Weaver.
These are good.
I feel like the Weaver, I kind of love her.
I wish we got more of her. Striga.
Yes. Because she is a goddess of death, right?
It's not a hybrid.
I know. Let's not spoil that for Allie, though. Because she is Koschei's sister.
That's my...
And the bone carver is also her brother.
Yes, 3 of them are siblings, but bone carver is afraid of them, of Striga and Koche. And that's why he says, like,
that's why he stays in the prison.
He could leave, and he's like, nope, I'm staying.
Is he the young? In my mind, he's the youngest.
He's the
sibling.
baby.
Yeah,
He's like, because it's spooky. Yeah.
An ancient death god level nightmare who lives alone in a gray cottage deep in the woods, spinning thread and collecting things. She's a bit like Amryn, and like
with her like little hoard. Yes.
Not invented horror, canonical nightmare fuel. Naturally, everyone agrees this is totally reasonable next stop. They're like, yes, we must go.
Of course.
We must go. Oh, and casually in the middle of all this, Feyre is appointed emissary to the human lands.
Oh, that's right.
Just casually.
And then eventually Nesta takes that position, right? I think so.
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
When Feyre becomes High Lady.
She's tasked with confronting the mortal queens and retrieving the Book of Breathings by using her family's estate as a neutral ground for their meeting. This is like part B. Well, part C of like an 8-part plan.
Yes. With these freaking queens.
Exactly. With absolute terrifying confidence in her, Rhys drops the line that lives rent-free in our heads. Once Feyre Darling returns from the Weaver, we will bring Hybern to his knees.
I love it.
Feyre Darling.
Feyre
Sir,
Darling.
please. Again, this harkens back to Under the Mountain and him believing in her.
I love that.
Like, he always is just like, yep, she can do it.
Yeah. I love that you called it his terrifying level of confidence in her. That is sometimes how I feel like about Andrew, that he just like, I feel like if I told him I want to be an astronaut, he'd be like, you could do it. I'd be like, maybe I shouldn't though. Like, I don't know if I could.
Well,
like,
I don't like flying.
Right.
So
Yeah.
one.
I think which is like fun, but also just like, I don't know if it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But he's like that way with her. Like he is. He just like she can do anything.
Cassian and Asriel are like, I think Cassian even says like, mother's tits RHYSAND or something.
Mother's tits.
Something like that.
Cassian.
Yeah, exactly. And Cassian.
I love him.
Then we wake to Rhys entering Feyre's room. Next, he is on his knees for the first time,
Jamie's
not the
favorite.
last. It is my favorite. This is my favorite trope.
It's
not a trope. No. Whatever it is, it's my favorite.
It's a position.
Yeah. Strapping Feyre into leathers for her date with death, like it's just a normal morning in Valaris. Feyre Babes is not immune to the visual, and honestly, neither are we.
I mean, who would be?
In this quiet, charged moment, it finally clicks for her. This is why he made her learn to read, why he pulled her into planning, why he keeps pushing her to become more. Not to use her, but to prepare her, to make her lethal. And for the first time in the scene and in the book, Feyre flirts back. It's not defensive, not startled. It's intentional. Quote, "You're drooling on the carpet."
Stop. This is her first flirt.
Yes, because he pulls out like her lacy under things, and he's like, "Oh, I thought like they would have made you, or like you would have requested like different things." And she's like, "Ugh." She's like, "You," and then she's like, "Close the door. You're drooling on the carpet."
Stop. Yeah. I love it.
Mm-hmm. It was good. She notes his steady, strong hands and lingering fingers, and babes, so do we. After listening to the instructional tape titled Meeting the Weaver for Dummies, Feyre and Rhysand are on their way, ready to run to danger. Feyre has one last question for Rhysand regarding her role in this plan. Quote, "So I am your huntress and thief?" And Rhysand cups the back of her knees and answers with that roguish grin, "You are my salvation, Feyre. I regret to inform you that I am no longer emotionally upright, and neither is Jessica. I am a puddle. A puddle."
That line, agreed. When I first read it, "You are my salvation."
I have goosebumps. Literally. Look at that.
I think once an episode, one of us goes, "I have goosebumps."
Because it's true.
Goosebump watch.
We should have goosebumps.
Can we, before you go on, when you said Meeting the Weaver for Dummies, all I could imagine was Andy Bernard and that where he's doing the video, the acting, he's washing his eyes and he's just like, "Ah!"
You can edit that out, right?
Sorry.
Oh, this chapter ends with them poised on the edge of danger, and for the first time, Feyre isn't being dragged into the dark. She's choosing it with him.
Together.
Yay!
What a heavy couple chapters.
Yes.
Tons of lore and backstory and like meeting the inner circle.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
I know. It's cuckoo.
It was.
Hot takes, theories, and thirsts. Let's talk more about our red-clad vixen, the Morrigan.
Must we?
Yes, we must. Okay, so her name means Great Queen or Phantom Queen and comes from Irish mythology. And then in this set of chapters, Rhys says, like when he's describing what her role is, he says, I guess in the mortal realm, she'd be like a queen.
Okay.
Then he also nods that her family used to rule the north.
Yeah. But here she is just like wearing
chilling.
Dresses and like, yeah.
Exactly. Her family now lives under the mountain and she was born in the hewn city.
Yep.
All equals bad, bad, bad.
Yep.
Like the more I think about Moore being a villain,
it's
like
checking out.
Everything ticks the boxes of her being bad.
Right.
I don't know.
She's and then like, the heiress thing.
Yes.
And how she's fucked up Asriel.
Oh, I know. I hate her for that.
Yeah. And even Cassian a little. Like.
Right.
Yeah.
She like used him.
Yes. He was like, I think he was kind of just like, Like,
like, well, there are worse things.
Right? Yeah, he's like, I mean, I've been used worse, but yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that's why he's like, I mean, I know Ness does whatever with him, not to spoil it for Allie, but like maybe that's why he's like used to like kind of taking her shit, is because like Moore is kind of, I feel like she would have been like using him and then kind of like putting him off, and then she used him to like try and make Asriel not like her. Yes. And that like, so he's a bit like,
yeah.
And also maybe he's like, well, what else am I good for? Which why he's like, oh, I'm just a brute. And I'm like, oh, Cassian.
Moore also feels like a bit of a pick-me sometimes to me. Like the way that she is, like Cassian and Asriel, there's like one, I don't even remember what book it is, but there's one scene where they're like sitting in a living room and like Moore comes over and just like lays her head in like Cassian's lap or something, or like puts her feet on his lap and he starts rubbing her feet. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Right beside Asriel, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, it just feels a little like that girl who's like, I'm just one of the guys. And like, rub my feet, Josh. Like, oh, come on, you give such good foot rubs. I don't know. Like, the more, in the same way that, same but opposite way, where we spend more time with Lucian and even Amarantha, and then Amaranth, I'm like, oh, I love them. The more time I spend with Moore, I'm like, I don't know, girl, you sus.
She is sus. Also, is this the first time we get the High Lord in his jammies? Chest, shoulders, and arms buff, bared and scrolled with tattoos. If thirst traps have names, they are all Rhys fucking Sand. Like, he is just like, comes into her bedroom, or like when he goes to rescue her from the nightmare and he comes in, it says he's wearing like pants but no shirt because she clocks his like
who wouldn't?
ripped abs and
Right.
like buff arms, and then she's like goes to puke, and you're like, no, really?
Right,
That would
come
not be
on.
my reaction
Yeah.
to that. But yes, he piloted in his jams. Very cute. Also, when they are going to the prison, he also says casually that the 8th court may have at one time been the prison.
Ah, okay.
Right.
So
So
they
like,
dig into it anymore?
no, it's like a
SJM.
throwaway.
Of course.
The dusk court as,
The prison.
is it dusk that we're talking?
Dusk.
Dawn. Dusk.
No, we have dawn. We don't
Dusk.
have dusk.
Dusk under the mountain as the court of nightmares. Like that transition would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There was just so many things in this set of chapters where I was like, but
Okay, not to like, I feel like this is my thing now where I'm like, Crescent City. Which is funny because I read the series and I was like, it's not great. Now I'm
you
like,
told me not to
yes,
read it.
I did. And now I'm like, read it. And I'm going to reread it. I feel like when there's crossover, they talk about the prison. And like,
Oh.
I think so. You know what? I will. I'll reread it in the next month or two here.
Also, the prisoners of the prison not being of this world and, quote, looking for a way home for a long time. Why is it only like otherworldly creatures trapped in this prison? There has to be some kind of like, did all of them fall through different dimensions? Like the guy they go to get the harp, what's his name? Lannis? Or
Oh, yes.
something like that?
Yes.
He's also like,
not from here.
right. So like, where did they all come from?
I think it might be explained a little bit in Crescent City. I gotta look into it because you're right. Something is like tickling in my brain right now where I'm like, how the prison was formed.
Yes. It
Yes.
says the prison existed. We might have to do like a mini episode on the prison.
Yeah.
The prison existed before Perithian.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Sneaky.
I don't know.
And Jamie and I just like look at each other, look at the camera, look at each other, we're like, huh?
Exactly. Also, the thing that really ticked me off these chapters was like the bone carver owing Feyre 2 answers. Why did they hightail out of there so quickly without like
getting it?
Because Rhys says in the chapter, like, you asked her 6 questions, like that's enough out of you. Like we're asking you, and they only get him 4, and then they're like, we have to leave, and I'm like, but
right.
It'll
Also-
probably come back at a later date.
That
Maybe.
they get a couple more
It'll
questions.
be like the water rates.
maybe. Mm-hmm.
What bone? what bone do they give him?
The bone of the Midgard worm,
Yes.
the one that actually killed him. And Feyre has this whole think about it, about like, I can't believe Rhysand like found
Kept
that
it.
bone and kept it, and
Oh my
like,
god, he kept this worm bone. He's so romantic.
I mean, facts.
Yeah, I was trying to remember because there's like a couple where they give him different bones, and it's always interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Thirsts the line of "You are my salvation."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm sorry, I'm weak-kneed.
If like "Hello, Feyre, darling" is like what kicks it off, like this is what really like hooks
yeah.
women everywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
so good.
So wait, next, do you get meeting the Weaver next?
Yeah,
I can't wait.
I love the Weaver.
Oh my god, I'm so
Such a
excited.
good chapter.
So good.
I know. She's so gross.
She is so gross.
Yes.
That whole scene. is
The
like-
chimney.
The chimney with the hair and
The
the melted
skin.
fat.
Ugh.
Gross.
The smell.
Yeah.
Like for someone who
Nasty.
senses everything, like the smell has to be.
Yeah.
Oh. But also kind of like the Wicked Witch in Hansel and Gretel. I feel
Yeah,
like
yes.
Reese and Feyre are like,
The little
we're gonna
kids.
go get like the
Yeah.
candy off her house,
And
and then
she's
she's like,
I'm gonna fuck you up.
yeah,
Yeah, little kids.
she's like, sure, come in.
I also love the fan art of this where it's like Feyre and then it's Rhysand like unbothered in a tree, just like waiting for her. Like race.
He
Little
is
shit.
a trick. He is a little shit.
Yeah.
He's so
Mhm.
mischievous.
He is. I love it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's mischievous.
Part of the charm.
What is Asriel's like mysterious?
Mm.
And Cassian is what?
A puppy.
He
Yeah.
is a puppy.
is.
He may be my favorite.
I know. I go back and forth.
I know, it's so
Yeah.
hard to pick between our bat boys. We just love them all equally.
That's a trope.
It's like picking a favorite child. I cannot.
I mean, I would think that far.
I would. Being someone with no children, I will take it there.
All right. We ready to wrap up?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
All right, babes, we're closing the book here before the chapter runs off without us. Feyre's got questions, Reese is spilling his secrets, and I have a strong suspicion things are going to get very messy in the best way.
Next episode, expect revelations, complications, and maybe 1 or 2 moments that make you clutch the pages like they're the Holy Scripture.
We want to hear from you as we continue to build this little corner of our world, as we dive into fantastic worlds, fabulous folklore, and fine males and men. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube at A Court of Books and Babes Pod. And please take 5 minutes to rate and review our podcast on Apple and Spotify. And why would this be on the last page? Who did this?
My
Who did this? And share it with all the babes in your life.
Until next time,
Stay bookish, babes.